On March 22nd, I had just 900 followers, and on October 4th, I hit 100,000 followers. And I did this without chasing trends, paying theme pages for promo, joining follow for follow groups, buying bot followers, or spending my life savings on paid ads, since only 2% of my views came from ads alone. I actually did it through a style of content called infotainment, where I rap everything I teach. Let's take a watch.
You shouldn't post on Instagram again until you fix all of these settings. Once you fix them, you'll get videos pushed out and you'll have more people see what you're selling. You shouldn't post on Instagram again till you know the right time to post. I'm about to show you how you can find it in your settings so you can see your account blow. But how? If you still look at yourself from recording your content, you should immediately change it. Cause you're not looking viewers in the eyes, which will mess up your engagement.
And the best part is I never stressed about what times I posted, what hashtags to use, or changes to the Instagram app or algorithm like all these social media coaches talk about. So in this video, I'm gonna show you the exact process I used to go from 900 followers to over 100,000 followers in just over 6 months, which helped me generate over $150,000 this year at the age of 21 with less than $2,000 in ad spend. Let's get into it. Now, the system I use is built on 5 pillars. Number 1, having a nap. Number 2, generating the right ideas. Number 3, crafting the right structure. Number 4, using the right recording system. And number 5, building the right editing team. And by the end of this video, you'll have all 5 pillars dialed in, starting with having a nap. Now, when I say have a nap, I'm not saying you need to go to sleep before starting your page. I'm saying you actually need to wake up to what NAP stands for, which is, it stands for having a niche, an audience, and a process. Your niche is what you speak about, your audience is who you speak to, and your process is how you help them. Your niche should essentially match what you sell. If you're a fitness coach, your niche is fitness. If you're a sales coach or mentor, your niche is sales. And if you have an email marketing agency, your niche will be email marketing, right? Your audience is what makes you unique and is what builds your personal brand. When it comes to actually discovering an audience that you can actually target through social media, I like to use the 3P framework, which means either my audience has the previous pain that I had where they're stuck where I was previously, and that's pain that they now have to incur every day in their life. Their present profession, which means that they might be peers in your current field, right? Or they want the future pleasure. They are chasing the lifestyle you have now. They're chasing the freedom. They're chasing the flexibility, the status, etc. Right? What are some examples of this? Let's say you are a fitness coach. You might be targeting Uber drivers that want to lose weight without quitting their job. And this is the previous pain, right? Where they're stuck where you once were. They're driving Uber, they want to lose weight, but they're always in the car and they are always getting miles in their car, but they're not running any miles potentially in real life, right? This would be people that stuck where you once were and that share your previous pain. Your present profession, let's say you're a tax strategist and you also invest in real estate. That might be your side profession or side hustle. Then you would help other real estate investors save on taxes because you might have figured out the tax game as a real estate investor yourself, right? Now, let's say you are a day trader. You might be speaking to college students who want laptop income, travel freedom, financial freedom, location freedom, time freedom, etc. This would be a situation where these students are seeking the pleasure of your lifestyle right now and they want to have that in the future. Now, your process is what makes you unique. You want to stick to one process so people know you for that. So an easy example is, let's say you are in fitness, right? A process might be you use the ketogenic diet, the carnivore diet, the omnivore diet, the vegan diet, the pescatarian diet, the high protein diet, or the paleo diet, right? Like you have so many different processes of getting to the same outcome, which is lose weight and gain muscle, right? And once you write your niche, your audience, your process down, you now have your nap. You haven't slept, but you've actually woken up to exactly what you need to start your page on the right foot. So what's next? Content ideas. Bad ideas create bad content. Great ideas create great content. So you should make sure that you have the right ideas, because if you don't, your video won't be good. If you want ideas every week without lifting the finger, my team can provide them. You can target the link below if you're an online coach or agency owner that's potentially doing anywhere from 10, 20, 30,000 a month and upwards, and you just want ideas handpicked to you on a silver platter. My team is happy to help. But if you want to generate them yourself, you can open the Instagram app, go to the search bar, type in your niche, switch to Reels, and study videos with at least 50,000. I said in the script though, you should have at least 100,000 views. There are some videos, some niches that you won't be able to see anything that's really over 100,000 views. Some boring niches, some niches that might not be so popular on Instagram. But for the most part, you should be able to see LGBT videos that have at least 50,000, but for the more popular niches, at least 100,000, sometimes even 250 to 500,000 views in the educational niche, right? Or in the education space, right? They're not memes, but there are talking head videos where somebody's actually educating you about how to do something, how to overcome pain or gain pleasure through educating you. The real value is really in the comments though. You want to look for repeated pain points, surprises. You want to look for comments where people say like, oh, I wish I knew this, because that would essentially let you know that this is a really, really good video, right? These are your gold mine for new content, because this shows through the comments that people actually enjoy this content. Now, you can save links to your video within your Notes app, or me personally, I like to use a software named Poppy AI. Poppy AI is a software where you can organize and transcribe your videos all in one place. The reason why I personally like Poppy, which this is not even necessarily directly on the script. Poppy is a software where the only software I've seen where you can actually import videos directly into Instagram, right? So let's say you're someone that is a ChatGPT user or a Claude Sonnet user. You've always wanted to copy and paste the links on Instagram, but for some damn reason, they just haven't had the technology to be able to even analyze the link or the video. Now, Poppy is the opposite. Poppy allows you to import the video directly into Poppy, like Instagram, like YouTube, like TikTok, and they've even now launched Facebook ads links to where you can literally paste a link to it and it will analyze not only what's said verbally, but also what's shown visually in the video. And you can now connect this to an AI chat feature like Claude Sonnet, like ChatGPT, and they can essentially do analysis based off the visual that Poppy would essentially be able to import in the software. And it's something that I personally wouldn't be selling something that I haven't bought. I've bought Poppy for the year up front, and I personally really enjoy the software. My copywriters use it. Thanks to me actually being a partner with Poppy, they were able to accommodate my copywriter, and ultimately my partnership with Poppy is way bigger than money. Like, their team is amazing, they're amazing customer service, they have Loom videos for everything, and they're just an amazing organization. So if you want to actually go and use Poppy, I have a link in the description to where you can not only use Poppy, but you can actually get $25 off if you use my coupon code Carson, and I'll be happy to accommodate you with not only getting access to Poppy, but doing it at a discounted price. So let's get into content structure. Pillar 3 content structure. The structure I've used to actually get 2 million views in the last 30 days. We average around 2 to 3 million views a month. I personally use the structure: hook, reason, plan of action, promise, and call to action. Now, when it comes to the first 3 things, I'm going to cover this. The structure that I use, I want you guys to write down this exact acronym, and I need you guys to actually put this in the comment section because I want the comment section to be flooded with this. The structure I use when it comes to my hook, reason, and plan of action is this simple, stupid simple acronym, 3 letters, called STD. Can I get that in the chat right now? All right, y'all show some love. Y'all drop that in the comments, cause like I'm lit. Yeah, if you get STDs, it just energizes you. You start, you're like, ooh. All right, let me all right. Now, I'm not talking about sexually transmitted diseases, but this will actually bring more ease to your content process, because what STD stands for, it stands for stop, this is your hook, teach, this is where you give reasoning, and demonstrate, which is where you give your plan of action, right? Now, when it comes to you saying stop, most of my best videos actually use a negative hook, because more people pay attention to avoiding pain than chasing pleasure. Think about if you were a person that's just walking on the street right now. You have $100 in your hand, right? Somebody gives you an extra $100, you might be like 6 out of 10 happy, right? Let's say that someone took the $100 you had in your hand, they just snatched it out your hands. They're like, give me that shit, give me that. You know what I'm saying? You would be pretty mad, because you're like, yo, like what, you know? You might be 11 out of 10 mad, because you're like, yo, I'm ready to throw hands, I'm ready to, you know what I'm saying? I don't wanna push y'all down, I don't wanna push y'all that far, but you've been pretty angry is the point. And when it comes to negative hooks, they've actually studied that in Harvard. They said that they use the phrase, if it bleeds, it leads, where negative headlines actually get more attention, more clicks, more eyeballs than positive headlines, right? And like on the news, they'll say, hey, you should never do this, instead of you should do this to be able to achieve this desired outcome, right? This is why I personally use negative hooks in my videos. You'll see a lot of my videos, the editor might put it on the screen. Some of my best videos are, you shouldn't post on Instagram again until you do this one thing, or you shouldn't post on Instagram again until you know the right time to post. Another hook where I'll say, stop using hooks like these, or stop recording with just one call to action if you want content to bring you more cash in, right? A lot of people don't know that I came up with a rap style, and that's essentially another reason why my videos started to go viral, is because I was able to pair the content structure and be able to pair how I educate people, my education, through amazing musical presentation, right? And that's essentially what the structure I've used to make my education stupid simple, right? Like, it's simply just having stop in the hook, so something negatively framed where you tell people to stop doing something, never do something, or you shouldn't do something. And then reasoning, which is where I essentially explain why you shouldn't do this certain thing. So, for example, in one of my most viral videos, I said, if you still look at yourself when recording your content, you should immediately change this, right? That was essentially the negative hook. I'm like, yo, stop doing this, stop watching yourself record. And then my reasoning was, because you're not looking viewers in the eyes, which will mess up your engagement. It's like going on a date with somebody and not even looking at them face to face, right? That's the reasoning. I'm like, yo, like, you should look at them when you're making videos, because, like, bro, like, you take a, you know what I'm saying, you take a little, you know, you take a little vibe out. Like, you're not about to look at them, and then you're not about to look at them like sideways. You're gonna look at them, make eye contact, because that's what actually establishes a relationship, right? You're able to relate to that person. So if you want to build a relationship with your viewers and actually grow a social media personal brand, you have to look at your people on the screen. So that's the reasoning. And then the plan of action was, so here's how to always make eye contact and blow up all your social media pages first. Go to the camera app that's in your phone, and instead of staring right at your face, just look at the red timer in this zone right at the top beside 4K. Now you'll be looking at the viewer straight. But let me tell you how to use a script with this so your content goes from F to an A, right? And then I told you how to, you know, how to actually use a script with when you're recording with the red timer. And then at the end, I gave you a promise. Now your vid looks fire because of the red timer. That's the promise. I'm like, yo, your video is gonna look better. And then the call to action, keep shining and follow, right? Follow for more. So that's essentially my structure, right? After the hook, you see I gave them a clear reason. I added an analogy to make it stick. It's like going on a date with somebody, not even looking at them face to face. Gave out a plan of action, right? Go to the camera app. Instead of doing this, look at the red timer right here, right at the top beside 4K. Now you've been looking at it view straight. But let me tell you how to use a script with this so your content goes from F to an A. Finish with this promise, and then the call to action. This exact structure helped my videos. I said it hit 200,000 views in the first 5 days. This video is now at 700,000 plus views now. It's actually crazy. This video is blown up like absolutely like nothing, like nothing I could have ever expected. One of the videos that also has a very very high like to view ratio, which basically means the amount of people that actually viewed the video and liked the video, which I pay attention to a lot because that lets me know that people actually enjoyed the content, right? Like it didn't just go viral, but it went viral, but no one liked it. People actually liked the video. So this is a very important stat that I look at. But structure alone is not gonna be the thing that actually builds your personal brand to the next level, right? Like you obviously have to structure out your video the right way, prepare your video the right way, but also how you produce the video is very important. I got the best script in the world, but if I film on an iPhone 3, then I'm not gonna get any views or make any money, you know what I'm saying? So the next pillar that I always tell people that they need to master and absolutely hone in on is the recording system. Don't overcomplicate it. Just use a simple and reliable audio and video setup. Now, if you can't afford a full camera setup, I have a camera right here, soft lights, a good RGB, right? If you can't afford a full camera setup that not only like I have, but there's people with even way better setups than me, your phone is honestly perfectly fine. You just have to have the right settings. So here's exactly the settings you want to dial in. Number one, record in 4K 30 FPS. You can find this in the camera settings. You want to make sure that you also use most compatible instead of high efficiency, and you also want to turn on the grid mode. Now, to actually do these things and record in 4K 30 FPS, use most compatible, turn on grid mode, you actually want to go to the settings app, and you want to then go to settings. You want to type in the word camera, click on camera, and then you'll be able to see at the top, it should say record video 4K 30 FPS. A lot of you guys are filming on 1080p, and some of you guys, which is absolutely crazy, you might be filming on 720p, which is ridiculous. But you want to change that to 4K 30 FPS. Some people prefer 24, but I've actually researched and seen that the most common resolution within Instagram, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, they're 30 FPS. So I personally just like to align my videos with the native resolution that people are used to seeing, right? Most compatible, this is a setting where you will 100% have a higher storage per video or a higher gigabyte per video, but what will happen is your video will actually be higher quality, because with high efficiency, the iPhone is essentially trying to optimize for highest quality for lowest storage, which means that it'll essentially drop the quality a bit to meet your storage to where it's not just absolutely blowing your phone storage out of the water. But I personally like most compatible because I'm always gonna go with the highest quality video over the lowest quality video. And worst case scenario, once it's posted on Instagram, you can delete it out your camera roll or move it to the hard drive or Google Drive and you'll be good to go. Now, grip mode. This is essentially where you film your video and you can see like a little tic-tac-toe board. And I love the tic-tac-toe board. I really beat you on tic-tac-toe, keep it but I'm not gonna challenge anyone. Essentially, this tic-tac-toe board is actually very important because the first line that you'll see, like if I separate my video, you'll see like the first line. This actually represents the upper thirds, or the line of the upper thirds. And if you see a lot of videos, especially in movies, that use this one line to basically not only align where the eyes should be, but it's actually where, you know, the eyes naturally would rest for somebody that's actually watching your video, right? Like when they blink up and down, they're gonna be looking at the upper thirds and they're gonna make eye contact right there, right? And not only is this upper thirds important with your eyes, but it allows you to essentially have your mouth in the middle of the video, to where when your mouth's in the middle, you can start to have your captions right below your chin. And when your caps are right below your chin, people can read your lips and your caps at the same time because it's very close together. And it'll essentially just make a better framing for the entire video. You'll be able to have your head in what I like to call the speaker zone of the video when you're recording on Instagram, and it just improve the quality of everything ultimately. And what I like to do when it comes to my videos, another thing, is I like to record my videos line by line. Now, this script right here, obviously for YouTube, you guys see I'm reading it. So if you're recording 30, 40-minute videos like myself that I'm about to start putting out on YouTube, I recommend you just make a video like I'm making right here, where I'm literally just reading the script and it's helping me. But if you're doing a short form script and it's gonna take you like a minute when the editor is done editing your video, I recommend you film line by line. Now, how do you do that? A line by line script is essentially where you take maybe the paragraph for the script that you write, how you structure your video, hook, reasoning, plan of action, promise, CTA, and you just separate your script line by line to where there's one sentence on each line at that time. So let's say I'm recording my video, stop recording, which is one call to action. That's my first line. If you want content to bring you more cash in, right? That's my second line. I'm gonna show why you're missing out on money. Third line, and how to fix it to get IG transactions. That's one of my videos. Now, for this video in particular, I typically go like 2 lines at a time, especially if I'm like lip syncing, because that's how I actually film my videos, because I basically record the video because I'm doing raps. I record the song file first and record in the studio, get it engineered and all that, and then I lip sync it, you know, within my raw footage. I would always typically go like either 2 lines at a time or 4 lines at a time. I say 1 line if you're talking, you know what I'm saying, because it's just like, you can kind of make sure that each line is said well. But 4 lines for me works just because like I'm able to remember like that amount. It's basically like 4 bars, so I'm able to remember that whenever I'm filming my video. So I'm like, stop recording with just one call to action. If you want content to bring you more cash, and I'm gonna show why you're missing out on money and how to fix it to get IG transactions. That's what that block of 4 bars I can usually remember, and then go to the next block, and that works for me, so it could potentially work for you as well. So recording line by line, ultimately this might feel long, where it's like you're so used to memorizing the script. Hey, if you guys want to sign up for my like you're used to just banging it out, talking fast, having the videographer be like again. That shit will absolutely cook how long it takes for you to make the video. Excuse my language, but it will literally ruin your recording time, because the more you have to just keep recording, what that's gonna do is 2 things. Number 1, it's not only gonna extend the recording time because you're just doing everything over again. Number 2, it'll actually lower your confidence in yourself. I've seen this with so many of my clients. So they try to memorize like 8 lines, 16 lines, do a whole 16, right? Like they're in the studio. But what happens is they mess up, and then they mess up again, and then they mess up again. About the 3rd time you mess up, you're like, man, like you're ready to rage quit. Like if you're a gamer, you want to throw the damn controller at the screen, break your TV, and you're just so mad because you're like, yo, I can't get this script, when it's like, bro, if you would have just done like 4 lines or 2 lines even, just to keep it like, you know, like just to keep it dialed in, you would have been fine. Like you could have just said what you need to say in 4 lines, 2 lines, instead of trying to do 8 or 16, now you're mad. So I personally have seen that this limits the amount of mistakes you make, which will increase your confidence in yourself, keep your head at a sane level, and ultimately make it faster when you know that it'll take you maybe 5 minutes to record that whole short form video versus 20-30 damn minutes, because the videographer saying again, and then you get mad, and then you have to like calm yourself down. Then you're like, after you not mad anymore, you then record and you might mess up again, so then you try to like manage yourself, right? Just record 2 to 4 lines at a time. And that's how you do it, right? Once you have your video recorded, right? Like if you done it on your phone or you might have a camera. For me personally, I use the Sony a6400. If you want to know what camera I use, I can leave the link to my my Amazon in the description. My Amazon list, where it essentially not only have my camera, it'll have my softbox lights that I have right here and the other one right here, and it'll also have the link to my mic and RGB that's in the back that makes the background look kind of cold with the brand colors that I have, which is gold. I'll leave that all in my Amazon list in the description. But after you get your recording dialed in, right, you have the right structure, you have the right production step, you have the right production SOPs on what to do and how to record, you now have your pillar 5, which is your editing team. Now, a lot of people, they think this is pillar 1. They're like, yo, bro, I need the edits, bro. Like, who's the editor? Dog, like, if your script sucks, if your video quality sucks, your audio quality sucks, the editor will not save your video, my guy. I promise you. But if you have the right production, if you have the right content, if you have the right preparation, then the video editor will essentially just serve as your system for perfection, right? You have to have the preparation dialed in and the production dialed in, and after that, you now have given the editor a good foundation to actually perfect your video. Now, how do you build out the editing team? I personally, number one, before people ask, they're like, yo, you don't edit yourself? Hell no. And if you're a business owner, if you're a coach, consultant, or agency owner, especially if you're doing at least $10,000 to $15,000 a month, you should not be editing. I know a lot of people are not, maybe coaches, consultants, or agency owners watching this video, but you essentially have to think about the concept of buying your time back, right? I was talking to a very special person in my life. I'm not gonna say their name, but I was telling them, I was like, yo, like, why are you like still going to the grocery store? You know, Instacart exists, Amazon Subscribe and Save exists. Like, you can literally put your meals on autopilot by just ordering. Like, if you know you're gonna order the same thing every time, all you have to do is figure out the portions, order that every 2 weeks. So Amazon Subscribe and Save will essentially automate your grocery buying process. You'll never have to go ahead and travel, waste money on gas, or see people at the grocery store that you don't like ever again, right? They were sold. They're like, yo, I'm gonna do this, and now they're saving like 5 hours a week, right? Because you spend time in the grocery store, you start looking at other stuff, and you're like, oh my God, I can't focus, right? Like, I'm impulse buying because now I'm seeing it right in my face. Like, Amazon Subscribe and Save will keep you focused, I promise you, all right? That's a little productivity hack if y'all have it. But that same concept of buying your time back when it comes to your personal life is the same way that I treat my personal brand life. And I ultimately treat it like that because I'm not on Instagram to go viral. I'm not on Instagram to get brand deals. I'm not on Instagram to have Instagram pay me for views. I'm here to be able to turn my views into more revenue. And again, if you're a coach, consultant, agency owner watching this, right, like, you're essentially an educator. You're not an influencer. You want to simply use Instagram to educate people, and once you educate people, people will seek more education from you, and you can either sell a coaching service, or if they just want you to do the work for them, you essentially sell your agency services, not for you online services, right? So I personally don't edit for myself for that exact reason. If you're looking to learn how to edit yourself, you're an editor, you're a creative, I recommend you not watch this video because I'm speaking to entrepreneurs, right? But if you are an entrepreneur, then I would say build a small editing team. Find editors who style you like. I would say reach out to them with a simple DM, and you want to test them with essentially short paid trials before you bring them on full time. So say, for example, you're looking at my content, you're like, yo, you know, Carson, your joint's hard, I want your editing style. I would just say go to Instagram, search up short form video editor. You will probably see videos that have been done in my style. You can also do hashtag short form video editor. That also works instead of just doing the one keyword search race. And after that, once you find someone with a style you like, reach out with a simple DM and say, hey, I like your editing style. Are you still offering services? Are you still doing edits, right? If they say no, then obviously you gotta go. But if they say yes, then you now are optimized for success. You know what I'm saying? So then you reach out, you obviously wanna get to know a little bit about them. I recommend you wanna always trial editors for a 15 to 20 second trial first. And then after they do a 15 to 20 second trial of a video that you haven't posted, that you're not gonna post on your page, keyword, you're not gonna post it on your page, you wanna make sure that they then do a paid edit for you. So let's say, for example, like I'm actually out reaching editor. This is how I would go about it. I'll be like, yo, what's up, editor? Da-da-da. Right? Like, are you still offering your services? They say, yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. Would you be open to doing like a 15 to 20 second trial? I'm, looking to grow my personal brand so that I can grow my business, and we're a very big company that's growing. And then if they're open to doing a 15 to 20 second trial, that's cool. Then you can obviously send them the footage. The type of trial video I would have them do would not be anything, again, that you would post on your page. The type of trial video I would have them edit is essentially an editor VSL or video sales editor. Now, for my coaches, consultants, agency owners, you probably have recorded video sales editors in the past to get clients, but you guys have not done it to actually get team members. And it's something that when I figured this out, I was like, bro, like, this is genius. Essentially, an editor VSL is in the same regard that you would film a VSL for your actual landing page. And this is higher level, so if you don't understand these terms, you can go on Google while watching this video and listening to it in the background. But video sales editor, the goal was to essentially break down why people should work with you, break down why people shouldn't work with you if they're not a good fit, and who's not a good fit for your services, and essentially tell people about like the next steps in terms of being able to work with you or connect with you, etc. The editor VSL is the exact same way. Now, my editor on the screen might be able to show you like a visual of my actual trial edit that I have had edited from other people before, maybe like a hard cut, because some people we wouldn't actually promote their work, right? Just off of, off of transparency. But essentially, like the script for my editor VSL was like, my name, and I rapped it too. So hopefully y'all, hopefully y'all can understand like the actual sales aspect of it. It was, my name is Carson, and for our company, you're now doing the trial edit. Hey Carson, and if you make this look quality, you can make more than the doctor if you get selected. Now for your monthly income, we start you close to 1K, and we help you ascend way up to 3K, and we do stuff like take company trips, and we all hit the gym before not running 5Ks, but being the best isn't easy. To get initial respect on the team, you might get up to 10 and 20 revisions, so if you can't take it, you might end up leaving. And we edit one style and theme, resembling Devin and Brian Fahim, so if you rather edit any and everything, then working with us is probably extreme. And we don't take any freelancers. We need someone that's aligned with our vision, so post some work and having hella clients will get you kicked out because it's not in our mission. However, if you're still here, then send your edit and we'll give you a quick review. And if we like your style for edits, then we're more than happy to set up an interview, so keep shining. That shit was crazy, yo. So a lot of the editors like that. They was like, damn, this motherfucker's rapping. I like this guy. So they were lit, and that essentially is an editor VSL. I'm just selling them on like, hey, you should work with us. You can make some good money, because 1 to 3K a month, it goes very, very far in Asian countries, and I know that because I personally was just in India. Shout out to India. They got me right with the naan and butter chicken and the gaju katli and the gulab jamun. You know what I'm saying? That shit hard, I swear. But that goes very far. So their monthly income being that they definitely get attracted to that. So that's one. Number two, I also told them we do stuff like, we take company trips where I actually link up with the editors. I've been in India twice this year. Might go back, but I'm planning to most likely be in Dubai. I might fly some of them out, depending on the opportunity. That's stuff that we personally do as a company. We really enjoy. We really like camaraderie, right? Like, I'm big on it. We all hit the gym too. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to get fit, then you know what I'm saying, that is a team for you. We very much embody fitness, and yeah, like we run as well, right? Like a lot of the editors do 5Ks. Like, we do crazy shit. Like, we're crazy, but we're crazy about growth, and that's what I want to be crazy about. So I'm basically selling them on like the vision, but then I also tell them, I'm like, yo, like, you might not be a good fit for this reason. Number one, being the best isn't easy. You might get 10 to 20 revisions on your first video, right? Which a lot of them don't like to hear. They're like, damn, that's too much work. Well, cool. If you're not trying to put in work, then just shit won't work. I'm just keeping it $150 with you, right? So that's number one. Number two, when it comes to the actual style we edit, right? We edit similar to people like, Devin Jatho, Brian Fahim on Instagram. And they personally have the editing style that like a lot of editors may not want to edit in. They want to edit in maybe like a storytelling style, or maybe like another editing style, and that's okay. But we're looking for one style, one theme. Like, we're looking for masters of their craft, and we're not really looking to diversify too much. We've gotten into more editing styles now, but I like to lead with that. And then if we give them more styles, we'll give them more styles. But we essentially master that theme first, and then if they want to, if they're actually competent in that, then we can push them in other styles and things of that nature down the line. So that'll be two. And number three is like, yo, like, you can't have multiple clients, bro. Like, you can't post your work, you can't do this shit, because it's like, you essentially you're working for a company, right? Like, I don't see it as a company where it's like, you know, this shit's corporate. Like, bro, we're a startup, high growth startup. We're young. I'm 21, like, and I embrace it. You know, you can see how I talk in my videos just in this one right here. But we are a company. We are people that, you know, there is a level of professionalism we have to uphold. And professionalism comes with keeping things that are in the company. Like, we don't, you know, we're not posting work because you're not going to be working for all these other companies and trying to get hired from all these other companies while working for us. Like, you work for us, we work for us. One mission, one vision. So that's essentially what I tell the editors. Like, it's essentially VSL. You want them to edit that for about 15 to 20 seconds. After that, if they give you a good edit, a lot of them gave me more than 20 seconds. So those people specifically, I was like, yo, we at least, you know what I'm saying, got to interview them. You know, if the edit is good, obviously. But once you like their video, I essentially would have an interview with an editor after that. I would then have an interview and I'm like, yo, okay, cool. Like, I'll get to know the editor a little bit. I'm like, hey, like, you know, getting to know, like, hey, what was your past client? Like, you know, what was your rate per video, or how much were you making per month? Getting to know if that aligns with, like, the company budget. After that, I get to see, okay, like, you know, what are you about personally? Like, what's your personal goals for 2025? What do you want to accomplish? Are you someone that hits the gym? Are you reading? Do you always learn? Like, I get to know about the editor. And if I feel like they're a good fit after that, I then move them onto a paid edit where they could essentially edit something that would actually go on my page. After they edit that, if it looks good, I'll put them in, you know, Slack for maybe 2 weeks, do a 2-week free trial. Not free trial, but do a 2-week trial to let them know, like, hey, you know, you are being trialed. This is not like a full commitment to you, but you've done well in 2 edits or 1.5. So we'll get you for 2 weeks. If they do well after 2 weeks, then we keep them on full time. And we use tools like Google Drive, Frame.io, Slack. Some people use Discord. I'm personally not a Discord person. The editors are, I'm not. So because I'm the leader of the company, I need to make sure we're organized in Slack, and also the clients use Slack as well. So that's what I use. Another software you can use as well is Figma. I basically have the editors, they make their own account on Figma, and what comes from that is they're like, hey, like, I can, you know, they can do their storyboards on there, where essentially they script out their edit, right? That's what a storyboard is. And then after that, they use, you know, their software, Adobe After Effects or Premiere Pro, to do the edit. They submit the edit, put it on Frame.io, we give them revisions, then they upload the final version on Google Drive, and we obviously are posting on Instagram. So that's essentially how we stay organized. Now, this might sound like a lot of work if you don't want to build out your own editing team. You don't want to have to hire, recruit, onboard, train, manage. You don't want to have to do all that. Like I said, you can work directly with our team. Not only do we give content ideas, but we make sure that you know exactly how your content should be structured. After you film, you know, our editing team will handle the editing for you. You won't have to even lift a finger. Won't have to touch any editing software, I promise. All you have to do is essentially approve the final video. Once the video is approved, then you'll be able to post that video to Instagram. And we also do video sales letters as well when it comes to the editing of that. So if you need not just content, but you need a content to conversion system through short form and long form video, then again, you can work with our team. Links in the description. You can apply to work with us and then eventually book a call.
And that's the system. These are the 5 pillars that took me from 900 followers on March 22nd to over 100,000 followers on October the 4th. If you post every day and improve each post, there's no doubt in my mind you can at least hit your first 10,000 followers in just 6 months or less. But you're most likely gonna run into problems, struggle with being consistent, and you'll need more personalized guidance to hit your goal if you're looking to go fast. Which is why if you're an aspiring creator or a business owner and looking to hit your first $20,000 a month through content and building your personal brand, click the second link in the description to join my school community, where we teach you everything you need to know about content. The foundations for your content, getting ideas for your content, structuring out your content, producing your content, and perfecting your content by learning how to build your own content and editing team. The same strategy that I've gotten me and my clients nearly 15 million views combined in the last 6 to 7 months. But if you're already doing $20,000 a month and you want to scale faster with a proven content team, we're taking up to 3 new clients this month. Instead of teaching you how to find ideas, we'll find ideas for you. We'll help you one-on-one with scripting your video the right way so that it's still authentic to you. We'll coach you one-on-one on how to film the right way, help you get an in-house editor so you never have to pay a content agency ever again, and we'll make sure the content we post leads to clients you can acquire. And by the way, this is the same offer my client Magetta took advantage of that helped her get over 1 million views in just 30 days and helped her get over 300,000 views on her very best video. It's the offer my client Avon took advantage of that got him over 60,000 views on his very first video working with us as of this recording. But what good is views without revenue? My client Dejan closed a $60,000 deal directly from content. And if you run paid ads, my client Arasha signed 2 high-ticket clients in the first 24
24 hours on a $5 a day ad budget from us helping her with her content. And my client Louise dropped his cost per lead from $7.50 to $4.50 from the content that we helped him produce. So if you want results like that and you're making at least $20,000 a month in your online business, click the first link in the description to book a free audit call for your social media. And by the way, this is not a high pressure sales call. We have over 100,000 followers on Instagram and get more DMs than we can ever handle. To see if you'd be a good fit, we'll take a look at your business and your content strategy right now, build you a custom content game plan, and let you know what it will look like if we feel like we'd be a good fit to help you execute that game plan. But nevertheless, that's the YouTube video. Be sure to subscribe to this channel for more value like this. And like I say in my videos, keep shining. I'll talk to you soon.